Does a low carb diet work? Yes, it works super well. I don't know if you've ever done it. I mean, I bet you lost a bunch of weight, didn't you? A bunch. Did you keep it off though? That's the question. So yes, it works super well. Not what we planned though. It's mainly water at first. You are mainly losing water weight. After a while, you start dipping into fat, but at first you mainly lost water weight. You mentioned that yourself in your comment. You said that in 8 days I've lost 4 pounds. That's probably water. Your body did not process a pound of fat every 2 days, half a pound a day. It didn't break that down, but some of it was fat. A lot of it was water. A lot of it was muscle glycogen, which is in the muscles, which is carried by water. So a lot of water weight loss on a low carb diet. And I know that's triggering for people because they know people who have lost weight. They lost a bunch of weight. I'm not saying you don't lose weight, but it was water. And you physically look smaller. You feel a little bit smaller because you're carrying less water. That's why your waist might feel smaller because you're literally like a balloon that just emptied itself out some water. So that's why it's deceiving. Carbs are very important for sparing muscle. Now, maybe I'll say this in the slide somewhere here. I don't know. I don't remember. If you love it though, if you love low carb dieting, just go ahead and do it. I'm not a fan of it, but if you're a fan of it, be a fan of it. If you can do it forever, do it. But be honest with yourself. Can you actually do this forever? If not, if you're like, you know what, deep down, I want to eat normal. I want carbs. I want to go to the Super Bowl and have, the carbohydrate foods. At dinner, when my children are eating potatoes, I want to eat potatoes with them. Like, if that's you and you're honestly telling yourself you want carbs, please go back to carbs. If you've ever tried low carb dieting and quit in the past, please, there's a reason you quit. Go back to eating carbs. They're fine. They spare muscle. It's all about calories. Carbs spare muscle, which increases your daily caloric needs. Muscle is the fountain of youth. Muscle is so important. You've got to keep it. It's not just a war against fat. Muscle is the main soldier that is going to beat fat. You need muscle. Eat carbs, spare your muscle, increase your energy, have better workouts. Don't be afraid of them. Key is that the diet is sustainable. I don't care what you do. That's what I was just saying. I don't care what you do. If you love low carb dieting, guys, don't get all butt hurt. Low carb diet. Kick carbs out. But if you quit, if you're suffering, don't go back. If you quit your low carb dieting, there's a reason you quit. If you didn't click on this video, probably, or you're not looking this up, YouTube might have fed it to you. But if you're looking this up and you find this in search, you're probably thinking about it. Because if you loved your diet and it was working for you and you just loved it, it'd be fine. You wouldn't even be looking this up. So go back to carbs. If that's something that you want to do. Be honest with yourself. Can you do this forever? That's what I was just saying. Be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, is this something I can do forever? If not, stop the low carb diet. Let it be okay if you say no and give effort to low calorie dense foods. Take that energy that you're giving and that passion that you're giving to low carb dieting and put it into low calorie dense foods. It takes effort. You got to go to the grocery store and get some different stuff. You got to find the fat-free cheese. You got to pay a little bit more money for the fat-free cheese. You have to chop up a bunch of veggies and get the lean turkey and maybe less beef, more ground turkey. And all these things, all these low calorie dense foods options. Like I said, Greg Doucette, Remington James, exercise for cheat meals. There's so many out there. This metabolic diet or anabolic diet, which is low calorie dense foods, high protein foods, things that are going to keep you full, high fiber foods, things that are going to keep you full. That takes effort. You're giving effort. You're clearly, if you've been following a low carb diet, you have the ability to give effort. Transition that to low calorie dense food. You're going to be happy forever. And that is something you can keep up forever. I'm very confident of that. So look at my channel for that stuff, but I don't have a lot of stuff on that yet. I will. So Greg Doucette is the ultimate resource on that, I think. Recipes, time in the kitchen, meal prepping, eating more fiber and protein. All these things take effort, and that's what I was just saying. You are going to be spending more time in the kitchen. It's not just simple as cooking some chicken breast and eating it, like a low-carb diet might be, where you're just kicking out carbs and just eating meat and cheese. So it takes a little more effort, but you are giving effort to the low-carb diet. You were mentally suffering. if you're still watching, especially, you're probably interested in this. So you're mentally suffering. So switch that over to the low calorie dense foods and the effort it takes there, and you will be so much happier.